Hi, this is Pat Holt. Welcome to Theories of Leadership for Fall 2021. This is going to be a quick screencast to introduce you to the syllabus for the course. Please reach out to me with any questions after you've reviewed this during week one. So Theories of Leadership will be a fully online asynchronous course, meaning there'll be due dates every week, but there's never a time when you have to meet with me online during this course or with the class. My contact information is here. You can email me anytime. You can contact me through the course. You can also reach out to me by my cell phone. You can call me or text me. I'm happy to meet with people at any time. I'm pretty available from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. generally. Later, if you need me, just ask that you text me before calling after that. Mondays are the best night to catch me, but other nights are possible, weekends too. Just reach out first to set something up. Happy to meet with you by Zoom, phone, text, or any other convenient way. I've worked with adults for 25 years, so I'm used to squeezing in whatever's convenient for you. Some people like to meet and talk on lunch hours, late at night when they're home, weekends when they're doing their work, whatever's best for you. Most importantly, reach out and contact me as soon as you have concerns or questions or confusion rather than trying to sort and figure things out by yourself. I'm here to help and happy to do so. All right. An overview of the course. This is an introductory course on major on theories of leadership. So it's just important to get that sense that this is a course about theoretical backgrounds for leadership. So it's a course where we really look at the origins of the field of study of leadership and theories people have developed to understand ways of looking at leadership and ways of improving leadership, ways of studying leadership and understanding how it works. So we're going to spend the first half of the class looking at theories people have created to understand and describe how leaders work. And then the second half of the class, you're going to show how you can apply what you've learned in those theories to more real world situations. All right. Again, I'm Pat Holt. I've described elsewhere a bit about my background. I have a PhD in leadership and graduate degrees in history and theology as well. I've been an academic leader and someone in a pioneering field of online education for 25 years. I've also worked in community building and business development. I taught my first online course in 2002, so I'm a veteran of doing that as well. Course objectives, things that you'll want to have a command of by the end of the course. Demonstrate command of the theories and vocabulary of the field of leadership studies. You'll want to be able to assess leadership styles in case studies, describe what theories are being used in case studies and their context. Construct leadership goals and plans for yourself and your own organization, wherever you work or volunteer. Evaluate leadership plans to meet new challenges, changes in technology, culture, or emergencies, just as some examples. Evaluate rapidly changing role of leadership in American society amidst political, racial, social, cultural, generational divides in recent years. The graded course elements here. 30% of your grade will be based on class participation, homework assignments, and discussion board posts. That's almost exclusively your weekly participation on discussion boards in Blackboard. Right? There will be 6 quizzes for 20% of your grade. 5% of your grade will be an annotated bibliography we'll talk about in a minute for the final presentation. Your final presentation will be 20% of your course grade. Your midterm exam will be 10% of your course grade, and your final exam will be 15% of your course grade. The annotated bibliography will be due October 10th. This is a project where you research sources for your final presentation and leadership plan. It'll involve getting a mix of books and articles on the theory you've chosen to help support the plan you're going to present as a video at the end of the semester. You'll need to come up with 5 academic books or articles and 12 total items. And you're going to write 1 to 2 paragraphs about each, being very critical about what each book tells you that's going to help your final project. So in the example here, talking about whether the source is old or new, is it well written, does it use good sources, does it use good critical research skills or not, things like that. And we'll go over this in more detail as we move forward. So it's a pretty significant project, and one that will be due in just about 5 weeks. So this is something important to tackle early in the course. The Fordham Research Librarians do a wonderful job helping students with this project. You can do a virtual online appointment with them to have them help you do this project. And really, every student who's done a decent job on this project has had at least one virtual appointment with a Fordham librarian to do this project. Right? Sources that are not acceptable as any of your 12 sources here are web pages, blog posts or social media posts, TV transcripts or TV show videos, or undergraduate or graduate student papers you find online. And we'll talk more about this in class. Your final presentation is due December 7th, and it's going to amount to a video of you sitting facing the camera, kind of like a talking head on news cast on TV, presenting a 15-minute video about a leadership theory and a leadership change you'd like to make at your own current organization where you work, or at a fictional organization. So just one change, doesn't have to be anything huge and dramatic, you'd like to make using one of the leadership theories you've studied this semester. So your presentation is going to kind of be half about the leadership theory and half about the change you want to make in practice at your organization and how you're going to use the theory to make the change. We'll talk more about this. And you're going to write up a little 2 to 3 page paper for your classmates that kind of supports the presentation you're making. And your classmates are going to kind of grade and evaluate your work and ask questions about your work for about a week after you do these presentations. The midterm and final exams will be 3-hour essay exams that you can take online. There'll be a 48-hour window where you can take them. There'll be open book, and we'll talk more about those as the time comes close. Right. A very important part to understand about this class is what participation looks like. Each week you'll have some readings to do or some posting to do on videos or posting right on articles like annotations in Perusal, or software where you can actually write notes that your classmates can see on an article or on a book online. It's pretty easy to do, and we'll work on that together. But basically the structure of our class discussions will be class participation by taking part in discussions online on Blackboard. Unless otherwise noted, unless we change things up in some other way, minimum participation each week is going to be posting at least 3 times on 3 different days during each week to the discussion board. Right? So 3 posts spread across 3 different days during the week on the discussion board. Dumping is not allowed. Dumping would be, if the week is from Sunday to Saturday, would be you getting online at 5 o'clock on Saturday at the end of the week and posting 3 times in a row. Right? That's going to be a 0 for the week. Right? It's a discussion. So you have to take part in it gradually. So you can't take part in this all in once in one day. You can't just get online on the first or last day of the week and post 3 things and then never come back and take part in the discussion. So you have to take part to some degree throughout the week. Okay. I have adapted the course a bit since everybody's busy and everybody has good and bad weeks. At the end of the semester, I'm going to drop your lowest 2 weeks of class participation grades. So in terms of these participation grades For your postings, I'm going to drop the lowest 2 grades you've had during the semester. So everybody has a week where they're traveling, or your kids get sick, or you just had a rough time and didn't really understand the material very well, or you missed some posts. That's okay. So there'll be 2 weeks where we just completely drop your grades for class participation. Okay. Good posting, which we'll model and talk about in the opening weeks, involves posts that show that you did the reading and understood the reading, right? So posts that say things like, I agree with Maria, or I once had a boss who was a transactional leader, don't tell us anything at all, right? Good posts include information from the readings, show us that you did the reading, understood the reading, and can use that information to take part in discussion, right? So you've got to make sure to include reference to what you've read in what you're doing. Try to use good, clear English and pretty good grammar and spelling in all your posts. I put information here on how to use Grammarly for free through Fordham. If you download Grammarly to your computer, it will spell and grammar check your emails, your discussion board posts, your papers, everything for free from Fordham. So it's a great tool to have on your computer, right? Course readings. There's no required books in this course. I spend a great deal of time every year with this course to make the readings current and interesting. And I don't require anybody to buy any $150 leadership textbooks, because there's lots of great PDFs and books out there that I can upload to the course to keep things interesting and not have you spend tons of money on books. So all the readings are available right inside the course. You don't need any books. If you'd like a book for reference, I'd go with the Peter Northouse book and go a couple of editions past the most current one. You can usually get a 6th or 7th edition for $3 to $40 if you want some kind of reference book. Right. As we mentioned, participation throughout the course is critical here because each discussion board opens and closes during that 1 week. You can't make up a discussion that everybody else is done with. So if you've missed a week, you can't ask me to reopen a board so you can go back and take part, right? If a discussion board ends September 8th and you haven't taken part, it's gone. You can't take part in that discussion. You can't get a grade for a discussion that's over, right? So there is attendance in this course, although it's asynchronous and online, right? You have to take part during the week that everybody else is taking part in a discussion. The rest of the syllabus is mostly just laying out the topics we'll discuss. As I mentioned, the first third of the semester we'll be looking very intensely at certain famous leadership theories, like transformational theory, authentic leadership, servant leadership, and studying the people who created them, why they were created, how they've been used by different people. Your exams and due dates are noted in here. After that first third of the course, the second third of the course, we'll be looking at issues like culture, race, gender, technology, change, emergencies in leadership, so challenges to leadership. And you'll be looking at how you can use the theories you learned in the first part of the course to meet those challenges that I just mentioned in practice when you're being a leader, right? The third part of the course will be really the preparation and discussion for your final presentations. So how do you communicate as a leader? How do you plan a good presentation as a leader? And how do you prepare to really describe your very best kind of leadership change plan to the class in December? All right. So I hope we're going to have some wonderful discussions. We always have people with a lot of different wonderful kinds of backgrounds to make for great discussions in class, starting with this week where we talk about your experiences of bad leadership and what you think leadership is defined as. So you can get to the posts for the first week now, and I hope you've enjoyed this video.